Hello students, good morning all of you. Today I Rabindra Mohan Misra from Sri Jagdamba Sanskrit College Batho am taking the class of Shastri II. Earlier we have seen the summary of the novel The Old Man and the Sea. Even we have seen theme of the novel, character sketch of Santiago. Today we see character sketch of Manolin. Manolin is initially introduced as the old man's assistant. He was a boy who helped the old man Santiago on his fishing boat for a long time. However, after Santiago went 40 days without catching any fish, Manolin's parents moved him to a different fishing boat that had better luck. But even when he is no longer Santiago's assistant, Manolin remains his friend and in many ways his caretaker. The boy is a prominent figure in the old man's life. We see this in particular during the large portion of the book when the old man is at sea by himself. Although Madeline is not physically with him, Santiago thinks about him constantly and often wishes he were there or refers to what the boy would be doing if he were present. Melanie is Santiago's only friend and companion. Santiago taught Manolin to fish, and the boy used to go out to sea with the old man until his parents objected to Santiago's bad luck. Manolin still helps Santiago pull in his boat in the evenings and provides the old man with food and bait when he needs it. Melanin is the reader's surrogate in the novel, appreciating Santiago's heroic spirit and skill despite his outward lack of success. Melanin is present only in the beginning and at the end of the Old Man and the Sea. But his presence is important because Manolin's devotion to Santiago highlights Santiago's value as a person and as a fisherman. Manolin demonstrates his love for Santiago openly. He makes sure that the old man has food, blankets, and can rest without being bothered, despite Hemingway's insistence that his characters were a real old man and a real boy. Melody's purity and singleness of purpose elevate him to the level of symbolic character. Malolin's actions are not tainted by the confusion, ambivalence, or willfulness that typify adolescence. Instead, he is a companion who feels nothing but love and devotion. Hemingway does hint at the boy's resentment for his father, whose wishes Manolin obeys by abandoning the old man after 40 days without catching a fish. This fact helps to establish the boy as a real human being, a person with conflicted loyalties who faces difficult decisions. By the end of the book, however, the boy abandons his duty to his father, swearing that he will sail with the old man regardless of the consequences. He stands in the novella's final page as a symbol of uncompromised love and fidelity. As the old man's apprentice, he also represents the life that will follow from death. His dedication to learning from the old man ensures that Santiago will live on. Manolin, the boy, is the symbol of the old man's lost youth. It is he who has been teaching him fishing since his early childhood. The old man treats him like a loving father, being issueless and widower. Santiago is attached to him as a true friend, a mentor, and a lover. Manolin too returns his passion with the same vehemence. He is attached to the old man as a calf to its mother. Manolin takes very good care of the old man. He helps him carry gear to and fro from the shake. He listens to him avidly and showers the sincerest praise on him. He calls him and believes it truly that old man is the greatest fisherman in the world. He serves the old man with beer and brings him sumptuous supper from time to time. It is true that he deserts the old man under pressure from his parents, but his heart is still with him. When the old man does not return from 3 days, he is exceedingly restless. He is the first person to discover him in the sick and is so sorry for his miserable condition that he cries his heart out. He brings him hot coffee and promises to stay with him forever and ever. When Santiago says he is unlucky, Manolin bursts, "The hell with the luck, I shall bring luck with me." He is thus a paragon of friendship love, and loyalty. Santiago hooks the Merlin, which we learn at the end of the novella, measures 18 feet on the first afternoon of his fishing expedition. Because of the Merlin's great size, Santiago is unable to pull the fish in, and the two people engaged in a kind of tug of war that often seems more like an alliance than a struggle. The fishing line serves as a symbol of the fraternal connection Santiago feels with the fish. When the captured Merlin is later destroyed by sharks, Santiago feels destroyed as well. Like Santiago, the Merlin is implicitly compared to Christ. Manolin is Santiago's last and deepest human relationship. His replacement in the generational cycle of human existence, the one to whom he wishes to entrust his skill as a fisherman. The transforming power of his vision and his money. As Santiago is mentored, a spiritual father, and the old man or old age, Manolin is pupil, son, and the boy or youth. Manolin loves and cares for Santiago, and at the story's end, he professes the faith in Santiago and everything Santiago represents, living up to his name, which is the diminutive of Manuel. Manolin articulates for Santiago the true meaning of his great struggle, which has brought him the intangible he carves. Three times Manolin professes his faith in Santiago. In accepting the Merlin's spear, Manolin demonstrates one and for all that he clearly understands and accepts all that Santiago wishes to bequeath him and all that comes with this inheritance. At last, we can say that the character of Manolin is very straightforward. He is very free and frank, not in his working but also in his saying and showing.